It's March 2025, and we are going to dive into the energies that will be present this month. Welcome to this energetic update. My name is Marissa. I'm an intuitive, an Akashic Records reader, a galactic baddie, and a friend. I go by many names. I do many things. Labels are labels. Semantics, they don't matter. I just am. You just are. Let's get into the video. So I will be tapping into the Akashic Records today to dive into March themes. Usually we have 3 to 6, depending on the energy of the month, themes for March. I will be channeling all of this, so my eyes will most likely be closed, so feel free to paint, to draw, to sew, craft, walk, work, whatever you're doing during this video. It will kind of be like a podcast situation, or if you just want to watch, feel free to watch. You can look at my beautiful plants. And before we get started, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like energetic updates. That lets me know what content to create for you guys. And 2, I have started answering collective questions about the collective energies on my YouTube. So if you are curious about something that's going on right now in the collective, if you're curious about something spiritual that might be happening in your life, go ahead and comment below. I will be answering these in my weekly videos for you all and for the community. I would love to start doing Q&A, collective reading type videos. So definitely engage and comment below. Let's dive in. Okay, so first I asked the records to show me what the energy of March feels like, and I get this visual of a path, and it almost feels like it's across a frozen lake, and I see this path, and I see this person, just this lone woman. Like, wind is just blistering like crazy. You're getting hit with ice, and you are like holding your blanket around you, and you are just following this path, and you can't really see forward, but the path is very clear, and you just feel like you are getting hit with this wind and this ice and this rain. And what is the message here, Akashic Records? Because that's a very specific visual. No matter what your current situation looks like, no matter what is presenting to you right now in this present moment, Spirit is asking you to continue moving forward, to continue going. It's not going to be easy. This path is not trekked by the faint of heart. You are being given these circumstances because you are strong. You are powerful, and you are the only one that can take this specific path. Other people wouldn't even be able to make it through this treacherous journey that you have, that you feel that you are in right now. But it's given to you because of your unique codes, because of your unique ability to move through it with courage, with foresight, with creativity, with love still anchored in your heart no matter what occurs. And by forging this path right now through these crazy, intense conditions, you are making it easier for others to trek this path. You are creating a new standard for other people in your collective, whatever it may be. And therefore, when they come across this trail that you are dredging through this snow across this frozen lake, because you did it in this condition, other people will find it easier to do it in that condition. But I'm also seeing that by you taking it on in this very unique, specific format or weather condition, that no one else will have to do it in that very specific, unique, harsh weather condition. If we're talking about the visual that I'm still seeing, you have decided to take that on yourself. Your soul has decided that. And therefore, when other people walk around, it might just be raining, or it might be warm and sunny, or, they might be taking a canoe across the water. They might have a boat, a sled, a horse taking them on this trail. But you decided, as this part of your soul's mission, to take it by foot and to take it with very little layers, and to take it while it is raining, sleeting, hailing, frozen, treacherous conditions. But it's because no one has walked this path. They have all been too scared to walk this path. But there is this unique vibration within you that told you, you can do it. You can do it, and you are here to see it through. Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful message. Thank you so much. Okay. And Akashic Records, how is this visual, this whole opening message presenting to everyone watching this video in March? So a lot of you are like, I'm seeing they're zooming out from the frozen tundra, and they are showing that you are like in the middle of this trek. You are in the middle of this trek, and you feel like you are drowning. You feel like it isn't possible to make it to the end. You feel like everything is falling apart. You feel just extremely defeated. You feel exhausted. You haven't had food in 3 days, like with this visual again. Like you stopped carrying all that you had brought with you for this journey, and you feel isolated. Wow, this resonates so much. You feel isolated. But Spirit and the Akashic Records wants you to know that you are not doing this alone. There are spirits around you encouraging you. There are ancestors helping you. There are connections that come along the way. Maybe you stumble upon, again with this visual, a deer that can become food for you. You stumble across, a warm coat along your trek that Spirit has guided you to find. You are not alone, and there are other energies at play here. And the message is to keep going. No matter what March brings you, it feels like this kind of like last hurrah for this super intense energy, but you're not close to being done yet. You're not close to being done yet. You are kind of in this middle point, and you are accessing new energies within yourself like you never have before. Because of this journey, you are tapping into new forms of intuition. New gifts are presenting to you. You are taking on life in a very different way. You are no longer repeating patterns that no longer serve you because you have seen them play out over and over again, and this time you have the awareness to move past them. You are shedding so much, and as I see this person continue to walk through this ice tundra, I do see that, just this shedding. And I believe this came up a month or two ago, like an onion layer kind of shedding, falling apart. That is the same energy. You are releasing so much right now, and as you release, the weather changes. Okay, so theme 1. As you release, the weather changes. As you continue to drop these parts of yourself that no longer serve you, these patterns that no longer serve you. You are dropping the people that no longer serve you. You are dropping the food that no longer serves you. You are shedding right now. And as you continue to shed, your environment completely changes. So in this visual of this woman walking through ice and rain and cold and wind, as she continues shedding the weight, the weather I see is quite literally changing. The wind is starting to calm down. The ice might begin to start melting. She might find, again, like a boat before the ice fully melts, so she can continue this trek across the water. And two, I see as you continue to release, you are finding more of your rawest self. You are finding your purest light. And the more you align with your purest light, the more life unfolds for you in the most purest way. So trust the unfolding, trust the shedding, and do the inner work right now to release. This is the time. March is all about inner work. Inner work, and the more that you can do this inner work to release these old ways of being, these old versions of self, the more you step into your most aligned and highest potentiality, which quite literally changes your environment. And you will not recognize in a month or two where you are standing right now if you choose to put in the work. Theme 2 is to rest and receive. Right now, there is a deprogramming happening amongst the collective. And this deprogramming is centered around the energies of hustle culture, of going, of pushing, of rushing. And this is being deprogrammed from a lot of people right now, which is why it's coming up in a lot of people's fields. And Marissa talking, this literally has been my entire last week, like moving through and deprogramming the belief of I have to push my body so hard to burn out in order to receive financial wealth, in order to receive anything. And that is not true. And we are releasing that fully right now. And if this is coming up for you too, know that it is because you are meant to deprogram that belief within your own system. Start telling yourself and feeling into the belief that the more I rest, the more I receive. The more I take care of myself, the more I receive. The more I listen to my intuition, the more I receive. The more I care for my body, the more I receive. We have lost the connection to being a forever receiver because of this program that has been running, where we think we need to do something in order to receive. But Spirit is saying very clearly right now that that was never the case. Because you are is how you receive. I am is the ultimate receiving and receiver. To sit and to be is to receive. And when we open our bodies up into this receiving frequency, everything starts becoming magnetic. It's this allowance energy that starts moving through us and matching us with the ways in which the universe can give us exactly what we need in every single moment. And the best way to do this is through conscious rest. Conscious rest. Consciously, with intention, taking a moment of rest for yourself. Rest does not look like sitting down and watching TV, sitting down and playing a video game, sitting down and drowning yourself out with a book or with music or even a craft. Intentionally resting is sitting in silence. It's sitting in silence. And they're talking about how sometimes the others can allow rest to come in. However, the Akashic Records is really pointing to silent rest. Sitting in stillness and being okay in the stillness. Being okay in the deep silence. And in this silence, you receive that inner work that you need to do. You receive the nagging thoughts that are still bothering you when true silence is set in. You receive the connection to your intuition, to your inner child, to every part of your being that is communicating with you at all times. In this true, intentional, conscious rest, you are receiving everything that you need to know in every moment. So rest and receive this month with intention. Maybe you set the intention to rest your nervous system. Maybe you set the intention to rest and receive what you need to work on. Maybe you set the intention that through this moment of silence, laying down, I will create a stronger connection between me and my higher self. Intentional rest. Okay. Theme 3, Akashic Records for March 2025. Okay, playfulness. Playfulness. And this is all so resonant to what is occurring in my life. And I hope that it is occurring in your life too. The resonance, but playfulness, let's get into it. When we are moving through such drastic conditions, again, talking about that beginning visual, it is so important that we remove ourselves from the physical pain and suffering that, let me rephrase this. When we allow ourselves to get down about the physical environment that is presenting to us right now, we start to feed the frequency of what we don't have. And when we feed that frequency, we get more of what we wish not to have. And so when we are in such harsh conditions, the best frequency to hold is playfulness. To play, to be excited, to show gratitude for what you do have right now. You have the wind blowing away all that no longer serves. You have the ice freezing out these old patterns, freezing out these connections that no longer serve. You have the frozen water cleansing you underfoot. You have the beautiful sun that's breaking through the clouds as the storm rages on. In every moment, there is something to be grateful for, and that's what they are trying to get through to us by describing that visual and everything that woman who's walking through those conditions can be grateful for. And through gratitude comes play. How can we play in that snow? How can we play with the wind and the rain and the harsh conditions? How can we play with the blanket and maybe instead of holding it close to us, open it up and allow us to just feel the weather? If we can hold playfulness, we drop the weight of the humanness of the situation. To be human is to experience harsh conditions sometimes, but it's our perspective that can shift our mindset to perceive those harsh conditions as harsh. But if we perceive them as just being, instead of immediately assuming or holding the knowing that they're painful, we can completely shift our attitude and our frequency, which then brings us more harmonious experiences. And definitely call upon your inner child for this. I'm feeling my inner child like, me. And so access this playfulness through your inner child, and in each moment, ask your inner child, how can we play? How can we play? What can we play with right now in this moment? And as you tap into play, again, those harsh conditions will start to soften because your perspective around them has softened. Okay, theme 4 is very interesting. I heard loud attitude, and this is kind of speaking on the people in a lot of our environments right now. People are angry. There's a lot of anger purging through the collective right now. There's a lot of sadness. There's a lot of hatred. There's a lot of insecurity. There is a lot of just really crunchy energies surging through the collective right now. And it's because of the perspective that people have on the current state of the world. Again, it's the seriousness. And the Akashic Records wants to remind us that this is all an illusion. We are experiencing a dream state that feels very, very real. And when we can remind ourselves of this, again, we are able to soften. Our environment is able to soften, and our perspective is able to soften. We must hold this softened view of the current world, because the harshness in a lot of people's view of the world right now is only creating more chaos. It's only creating more pain and suffering. And this is what the Akashic is referring to when they are talking about loud attitude. This loud attitude will be coming from people. You will be feeling it from, just the collective energies that present through the people that you encounter on a day-to-day basis. But the Akashic Records is really telling you to take an observer lens, to take a kind of removed outlook when you encounter someone with a very loud attitude. And they want you to remember that this person is also a part of Source and they have just forgotten. This person is love. They have the capacity to be love and they have just forgotten. They don't want you to get wrapped up in people's loud attitudes right now. And the last thing that you should be doing is involving yourself in situations with loud attitudes. remove yourself, no matter what you have to do, and stay in play. Stay in that playful attitude. Stay in your own energy. And again, like last month, there's this kind of energy of being a recluse. And it's because you are meant to be going inward right now, working on yourself, sitting with yourself in your life, sitting in your own energies, and Spirit is kind of guiding you to really be with yourself right now because of how many loud attitudes there are in the world right now. But again, these times will pass, and this is the last theme. Do not think that the current reality will be your forever reality. Remember that energies are always changing. Timelines are simultaneously all occurring and being created and dismantling at once. There are so many timelines right now that you are hopping through in this very millisecond. Anything is possible for you. Limitless potential is available to you. Nothing is forever, and we want you to remember that you have the ability to change. You have the ability to shift your own reality into all that you have wished it to be. It is through your efforts and thoughts, through your feelings and your perspective. These change your reality fully for you. The current state of the world will not be the forever state of the world, and energies are changing rapidly. Hold the vision of the world you know to be true for you. And the more you feel into this frequency, the more it will be presented. Energies and what humans call time right now is moving rapidly. It's this dismantling of the concept of time, really. And while it feels like you have been walking on this path forever, know that in the grand scheme of things, it is just a blip, a moment, because you are also experiencing so much more than what you feel to be true right now in your present moment. Okay, and the Akashic Records said we will leave you at that. Was there a closing message? Akashic Records for March. Don't get wrapped up in it. Don't get wrapped up in the current reality that is presenting to you. If you don't like it, shift it. Heard. Okay. Whew. I'm gonna go ahead and close. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful March energy update. What powerful messages. Holy cow. I definitely resonate with that. If you resonated with something, comment below. I'd love to hear how those messages are presenting in your own life. And again, if you have questions, leave them below and I'll answer them in the next video. I am just kind of I'm gonna have to listen to that back, because when I channel, sometimes things go in and out. But I am just so grateful that you are here, so grateful for the records bringing through those beautiful messages. And if you'd like your own Akashic Records readings, follow the link below. It's on my website. I do my readings by how many questions you want. And yeah, if you see something that you're interested in and you want to talk a little first, you can DM me on Instagram or do the contact form on my website. So check those out. I hope you have a beautiful March of 2025, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.